Welcome. Hi, everyone. It's Reflections with Val. You guys already know what time it is. It's that time of the week, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Whether you tuned in on the way to work, maybe you're doing a little jog, maybe you're riding the bike today, or maybe you're having some breakfast with your family. But regardless, you chose to tune in and listen to me, so I appreciate you. But today we have someone coming in, and I just want to bring in our guest today, reel him in and have him introduce you to who he is, what he does. It's not just me today, so go right ahead.
What's up, guys? I'm Be Able. I'm a rapper, singer, songwriter, instrumentalist from Madison, New Jersey.
From Madison, New Jersey. You're an instrumentalist, or you just are a saxophone player?
I'm play multiple instruments. I play not just saxophone, but I also play the bass clarinet. So that's something people are gonna see in my music.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's my first instrument of choice. Actually, when I was 12 years old, when I was 10 years old, I played regular clarinet. Then, and when I was 12, I switched to bass clarinet, and I stuck with it to this day.
Okay. And clarinet, is that the trombone? I don't know if it's the trombone or the French horn or the clarinet that starts the Harry Potter theme. Which instrument is that?
Like the I think
that's definitely not the clarinet, right?
I think that's the xylophone.
Okay. Like, everybody remembers that Harry Potter intro for what it is. Like, everyone knows. Like, boop, 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 boop. Like, it just, as soon as you start it, right. That's the power of music, literally. Instrumentals or anything of that nature. So you're originally from California.
Yes, I am.
So how did you move over here to Jersey? How old were you?
I was 1 year old when we moved to New Jersey. I was just 1 years old at the time. My dad got transferred to a new job in Newark, New Jersey.
So you went from California to Newark, New Jersey.
Well, we actually moved to Chatham, New Jersey. My dad worked in New York City and Newark at the time. So we just moved along with them.
How old were you?
1 year old.
Okay, so you came here when you were one. Okay, so it's not like you remember or recall a lot.
No.
From Cali?
No, not really. Okay,
so it's one of those things that you want to definitely do and go back for because you were born there.
Yep.
Do you know what hospital? Or like city, or not even?
Well, I was born in Santa Monica, so we have to assume it's Santa Monica General Hospital, but I'm not sure.
He's like, so let's assume it's not St. Mary's or St. Joseph's over there. That would beat us out the park. But, so you were one. Now let's talk about the first time music touched you, because I always like to talk to a creative about this. How old were you, and what kind of setting was that? Like, where were you at?
When I was a baby, I can't say how old I was, probably 1, 2, maybe even I was a newborn. My dad would have these tapes of me, the Muppets. Then they did a cover of the Beach Boys, Aruba, Jamaica, Kokomo. And whenever I would cry, whenever I would wail, my dad always played that song, and it brings me right back in the mood.
That's cute.
Yeah, Kermit the Frog has always been my favorite Muppet, and he's one of the reasons why my favorite color is green.
Okay, I didn't know that. So the Muppets were a huge inspiration to you when you were younger?
Yep, they were.
Do you remember one of the songs or no?
Just Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna bop, 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 bop.
Hey. I think I remember that one. Jamaica. Okay. So That was the first time. Well, I guess your father used that, but when do you remember your heart actually being touched? Like what age?
Let my heart being touched, like when
By music, yeah. You acknowledged, oh my goodness, I think I have a passion for this. Like, what age were you?
Wow.
You're gonna have to dig deep. That's the whole part of reflections.
No doubt about that. I guess it really hit me when I was 5 years old. When I was listening to Bow Wow for the first time, and I really loved the melody, the rap lyrics, and all that stuff, and that inspired me when I was very young for me to be a rapper.
Which Bow Wow song was it that like you were like, oh, this is different. This is not like, like which one was it?
It was like
Which song was it? Is what I'm saying.
Which song it was? I think it was his first original song on his album Beware of Dog, where he goes, bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay, where are my dogs at, bark with me now, bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay, now the girls on the dome went down, let's getting down.
Okay, I remember that. I was actually in for that.
Really?
Yeah, but I wasn't. I remember when Bow Wow was up and coming. And I didn't have an issue with Bow Wow, you know what I'm saying? I think Bow Wow was great at the time when he started, but there was something, maybe he got into a bad gig with Ja Rule or something. I don't know if he got caught up with girls that he just lost, it became like a one-hit wonder, or not a one-hit wonder, but like not as big as he should have been, you know what I mean? Because he just got caught up in his life and whatever, which happens, But when he was doing his thing, he was doing his thing.
He was.
And when he was with Ciara, he was in his prime too. He was out here with Out of My System and
Like You.
Yeah. And like I was like, okay, Bow Wow, I see you. And then after that I was like crickets. But people forget, his come up and where he came from, and
yep.
He did have hits. Don't try to trash on Bow Wow.
No.
There are some people out there though. Just be real. Like everybody has their own music interests, and there's no judgment here. This is why I like to talk about it, because I'm open to hear everyone's music interests and their genres and what they like. But there's some people who just don't respect. You know what I mean? They're just like, oh,
yep.
He was just there. That's cool. Whatever. He's not a Drake. He's not
like 21 Savage.
Right. So that's what they're gonna say to you.
Exactly. And I'm prepared for that. I will defend Bow Wow in the most recent light, because he's one of my inspirations for me to become a rapper and a musician.
He was the inspiration for you to become a rapper and a musician?
Well, maybe not.
Or what about, who was the musician aspect of that?
Well, the musician aspect of that, I have multiple influences with the music part, when it comes to my saxophone and my overall singing voice. You have to look at John Coltrane and Sinatra.
John Coltrane, I don't think I know him. I think I probably do, but like right now by the name I don't.
John Coltrane is a very famous saxophone artist way back in the day. He was part of the modern jazz era. He did a lot of songs like Giant Steps. He worked with Duke Ellington at some point, and Miles Davis.
Duke Ellington. Miles Davis is one that I know, and Duke Ellington. So those names are familiar. Yep. Miles Davis was the first one to come and step out and say, I want to do this jazz, right?
Yep.
So if it wasn't for Miles Davis, we wouldn't really have had jazz.
Yeah, Miles Davis.
I remember seeing because I follow this page on Instagram, which I really hope all of you guys should, because it's jazz and musician history. I think it's called Jazz Estate, and they just share back like old school clips of back in the day films, of back in the day performances when they performed live in those times, and they introduced Miles Davis as this like, here comes Miles Davis performing his strange and unusual jazz. Like it was like something that was unusual at the time. And I was cracking up when I heard that. I was like, what? That's how they like advertise the thing? Like that's how they market it. Like, and he just came up there and did his thing. He didn't care if it was strange or unusual to the whole world. He was like, this is what's hitting inside my heart, inside my soul, and I'm going to play it.
Yeah, he was a pioneer at the time with his trumpet and his ensemble.
Right.
And if you ever listen to the album, kind of Blue, that's like
Blue and Green is in there, right?
Yeah, Blue and Green. You got So What, Freddie Freeloader. So it's a whole. Miles Davis is just unique in that sense.
But this is another one. I know he has Monk in his last name. Or
Thelonious Monk.
Thelonious Monk, yes. He's a pianist.
Yes, he's a pianist.
Okay, look at that. I know a little jazz here and there. But you're not just a jazz musician.
No.
You're trying to be a multifaceted, right?
Yep, multifaceted, multi-genre artist.
Okay.
And I'm expanding to all types of genres. My main genre is hip hop and R&B, but I will dive into gospel every now and then. Sometimes I have a song that's maybe a classical song that you probably won't find in modern music.
Right.
But I'm literally can go in many different directions with my saxophone, with my voice, with my spoken word, my rap. I can literally just go anywhere.
I know that you've touched a lot of people with your spoken word and your certain lyrics, even your story, because not only is able or be able. I mean, you could just go ahead and tell the audience why you named yourself Be Able. To all the listeners out there and why I decided to have him on. Go ahead.
Well, my name's Be Able because I am able to do anything that I put my mind to.
Yep.
That I'm able to do whatever I want to do, no matter what no one else tells me. And I'm going to let anyone define who I am and what I can do. I was diagnosed with autism when I was 2 years old. I was diagnosed with pervasive developmental disorder, not otherwise specified, or PDD-NOS.
What is PDD-NOS? What is that, to elaborate?
It's just a mild form of autism based on the autism spectrum.
Oh, it's a mild form.
Yep.
Okay.
Autism is a very wide spectrum. You can think of it as like a bridge.
A bridge?
Yeah, basically like a straight line, almost like a ruler. Mm-hmm. You have one end of the spectrum that is high, that is very high end, where you don't really notice anything wrong with them. Like, you're not going to say, oh, he has a disability, or he must have a disability.
Okay.
Then there's one end of the spectrum where the low end, that's where you're going to have people that may have like service that have very low functioning, that some people with autism can't even walk, some can't even talk, some may need service dogs. That's where you'll find people who are severely autistic.
The severely autistic, the ones that severe, right? Could they be the ones that will be in chairs and immovable? Sometimes. Right?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. I think that's what my baby brother has. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll definitely have to keep in my prayers, because autism, while it's it's one of those disorders that really does impair function, it's sometimes a little bit hard to deal with. And I've definitely had my battles with the disability and my challenges. I remember I have to get special help in school. Mm-hmm. I had to go to speech therapy from even I was in probably before even kindergarten.
Really? So you were taking speech pathology. You were visiting a speech pathologist.
Pretty much.
And plus special education.
Yep.
And then what was one of the biggest challenges having autism in your life? What is the battle with that, so we can understand?
It's the social aspect of autism that really gets me hard, even to this day, because unfortunately sometimes I don't understand social cues. Sometimes I can say the wrong things when my mind is perfectly right. People have sometimes difficulty understanding me, my intentions. I've lost a lot of friends along the way.
Really, I don't see that. Like, why would somebody do that to you, Abel?
It's just a matter of miscommunications, misunderstandings. See, people sometimes they don't really see through it, or have a second opinion of me. Sometimes I've been bullied a lot. I'm a bully when I was younger, so that was a big deal.
What grade were you in?
When I was bullied, fourth, basically fourth grade. People would make fun of me. They would tease me consistently. Needless to say, I was pretty bright. Very smart kid.
But no one physically did anything.
Oh no, physically was not a problem for me. Emotionally, however,
right.
that was.
He said, "Oh, physically, that's not a problem."
Hey, physically, if someone were to mess with me, they would be scared because I'm a 3rd-degree black belt in Taekwondo.
Okay. Watch out now before you try to come at him. He's like, just saying.
But emotionally, it was quite hard. And sometimes those painful memories still exist with me to this very day, because I have a very long-term memory of how I was scrutinized, bullied. I was laughed at. People don't know sometimes how effective that could be to a child.
Yeah, I'm going to have to 100% agree with that. It can affect us to a point where we take that into our grown life when we try to start our own business or even our own relationships and how we approach others. It goes as far as that and how we move.
Exactly.
So yes, childhood wounds do exist. I think all of us know that. I think people who've been accustomed to always covering up their inner child wounds have gone to the wrong things in the wrong places to find a fill, and those are the people that picked at you. They probably were misfits at home dealing with their own parents and toxicities, and then they brought it over to you, who reminded them that you were a child that had the perfect family or probably like the perfect thing. And I don't know, they just chose a punching bag, and you were the punching bag that they chose to let out all of the steam that they had at home. And when you start realizing that bullies work that way, you would understand like a lot. I know that Therapy Without a Degree, shout out to them. Joe had an episode where he invited his high school, was it your high school or grammar school? Middle school bully back. And he had an interview and a sit down, and he apologized and everything years later, and then explained his reasoning behind it. Had they not have ever gotten, like, if he hadn't had like that big heart or a big person, or wasn't that role model to just be like, hey, let's put aside our differences. I don't have any animosity towards you. Let's talk things out. If he didn't have that, then do you think they would have had that opportunity to hash things out and get to know those sides and to apologize to one another? I don't think so.
Right.
Somebody has to be the bigger person, and it always, unfortunately, is the person that always gets hurt.
Unfortunately, that's the truth.
Like, we are the ones who always have to do the first move.
Unfortunately, that is the case.
Why? I just never understood it. But it happens. I mean, one of the things that you could remember going through this bullying process, and even before that, but I want to just stick to, just you having this difficulty in autism, right? And getting used to this and getting to these challenges. Was music a factor in this process? Did you ever use music to aid in this area, or you kind of just used your writing more, or did you kind of just pick up your, like, where did this all come into play?
Music was and still is my best friend. Whenever I was having a bad day or, dealing with bullies, whenever I, turned on my music, whether it was in a CD player or my Walkman or iPod,
Mm-hmm.
music just calmed me down. It really helped me deal with a lot of stress and anxiety
So you would just listen to music?
Yep.
In those times? What kind of artist got you through?
The artist that got me through, it would be almost any type of music.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's why I'm asking. Yeah, just give me some names. Yeah.
I would listen to, Bow Wow, but R. Kelly, Usher, Biggie Smalls. I would listen to Earth, Wind and Fire.
Yeah.
I would listen to Will Smith way back when.
Jiggy with it.
Getting jiggy with it. And Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
That was my favorite two jams.
Michael Jackson. I'm surprised you never mentioned him.
Michael Jackson. I started listening to music when that was like high school, middle school.
What? You were not late with Michael. You were not. Are you telling me that you were late with Michael right now?
Unfortunately, yeah.
That's crazy. This is like the first time ever. Hold on. I just have to hold on. Wait a minute. Let me stop it. So this was so how sophomore year, junior year, senior year? I need to know which one. Was it which year?
I think it was like freshman. I think it was freshman year or sophomore year. I really started getting into Michael Jackson.
What was that first song?
I think it was "Beat It" by Michael Jackson.
You know what? I'm not even mad. That was a really good choreographed, thought out, even to the outfit.
I know.
I understand. That's a good first one. What was the second one after that one?
I think it was Thriller.
Another well thought out video. Michael Jackson was definitely up there for me. When I didn't know about him until I came to the United States, okay? I was in Puerto Rico, obsessed with Ricky Martin, okay? And then I came here and I was like, wait, fuck Ricky Martin. I was like, fuck him. I love me some Ricky. But I found Selena, not Selena Gomez. We talking about the real Selena. When she was in the 90s, she passed away in 1993.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I know. But she would have been just as big as Michael. There's no doubt in my mind, she would have been that big. She had, for the year that she was like a Rihanna back then, because she started her own fashion line. She was a singer. She was doing almost everything. Perfume lines, and she just opened up 2 boutiques. You have no idea. She was a Latina, which inspired a lot of Latinas to be like, oh my God, we can make it.
Yep.
And I think Beyonce met her before she passed, and she was like, she regret not having a full conversation with her because she thought that she was just a regular person or whatever, but it ended up being that she was Selena. And yeah, she didn't know. But yeah, it happens. She was a sensation. She inspired people. She said she had English and Spanish songs, but she was known more for Spanish, obviously.
Mm.
There was this song that she said that she called Amor Prohibido, which is prohibited love, literally. So that whole song is about like her being in an affair with a man and like her not caring because it's prohibited love.
Right.
And like we're just going in this. And yeah, like there's a lot of good songs, you know, but every single time I listen to her, she instantly takes me back to like my 6-year-old self looking at her in the TV, like trying to learn everything.
Right.
It just takes me right back to that spot. And I love it. I love it every time. What's one lyric that you can say that you remember from any song that has impacted you? Kind of like an affirmation for when things are kind of like going bad in your life. You kind of just reference this lyric or this song, or you go to this one genre for enhancement, therapy, outlet.
You're making me think on this one. I guess what's really very therapeutic is from Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson.
That's a good choice. That's a very good choice.
Where he says, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm starting to change my ways. And no one else can do it better or something like. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm starting with...
I'm asking him to make a change. Dang, why are we doing this right now to Man in the Mirror?
It's a timely song and very inspirational.
It is.
It was very therapeutic because along with everything that I'm going through, I always want to make sure that I change my ways and to make myself a better person.
See, okay, I like that. I like that lyric. There's a lot of Michael Jackson songs that I'm just like, There's a lot of the songs that are like that. But one song that I really like because it relates to the times, and like I said, when we talk on songs that or lyrics that we can reference to in our mind like instantly when we have issues is pretty cool to me. That's literally the definition of music therapy. That's what I love. So one song for me right now that relates to the times, that relates to what a lot of us young individuals, young adults don't want to talk about is J. Cole, Friends. Do you know J. Cole?
I've heard of him, but I don't listen to his music.
So J. Cole is a lyricist. Lyricist, do you know the difference between lyricist and a rapper and a trap rapper? Or no.
I think a lyricist, actually I don't know the difference quite well.
So a lyricist talks about deep stuff, like what's going on politically, what we should be aware about, emotional stuff, deep things, very like storytelling kind of vibes. That's lyrical. And then you got, your mumble, your regular raps that's just like for the beat.
Oh, I get
and
it.
For the strip club vibes and for like the party vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But it's not supposed to be too lyrical because if it becomes too lyrical, then it becomes too thought out and something I have to think through, and I want to have fun and bump and drink, and that's not in my vibe right now. So that's the difference between lyrical, like a lyricist, and then someone who is just a mumble regular rapper.
Got it.
Okay. But everybody has their own style. So I'm going to just reference at least one. Oh, I just got to find it. Okay, so this is what it says. What I'm trying to say is that the blame can go deep as seas. Just to blame all, I would need like 20 CDs. There's all sorts of trauma from drama that children see, type of shit that normally would call for therapy, but you know just how it goes in our community. Keep that shit inside, it don't matter how hard it be. Fast forward, them kids is grown and they blowing trees. and popping pills due to the chronic anxiety.
Those lyrics got me.
Right. I've been saw the problem, but stay silent because I ain't Jesus. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But these are things that are like true.
They are.
Without the drugs, I don't feel comfortable in my skin. I know you, so I know you still keep a lot of shit in. You running from yourself and you buying product again. Like,
right.
That is so true. A lot of us battle this in our internal mind. And I have to talk about it because I'm tired of us to just deviate it. Oh, it's too deep. I don't feel like talking about it. Let's just post on Instagram. Let's be a part of the clique. Let's keep... Right. No. I'm done. That's like encouraging depression, really.
Right.
Everybody's too perfect in their life. But yeah, that's one lyric for sure. Very relatable. For now, I'm just going to go into my music therapy segment, which is basically where I like to showcase underground artists from Jersey or any part of the world. And today I have a guest and he's going to do it with me. So we're going to listen to 3 artists today. I forgot how, I don't know how to pronounce their names sometimes and I feel horrible, but you're going to have to, I'm like the professor that calls out for attendance. I'm always excusing myself every single time before I announce the names, but it's the truth. Like, I'm sorry, but his name is Boo-T. I don't know. It's going to pronounce it on the video. I stumbled upon his page today and I was just like so intrigued. Brother only has 1,841 followers. Please follow him on YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify. He's an amazing artist. He's a rapper, underground artist. I'm gonna just spell out his Instagram. It's B as in boy, OUKHEPRA. So that's his name. Right. Bukra or something like that. But we'll figure it out. This is his song. The song that I'm about to showcase is called Sometimes 40 Ounces. So Bujepra.
Yeah, and you living life hella fake, and you taking all you can take, and you taking all of the steaks, and you taking all of the chicken, and sipping all of the wine, and wasted all of your time, and you do it all of the time, but I can't, steady living a lie, but you think you living a lie, but you really living a nine, and you think that the road's loose, but you really living a nine, while you steady building a place in the system, but I am not, while I'm steady building a place in a place that's not a place, it's more like a face to a culture without a race, while I'm racing just to perfect the direction of my taste, cause I tasted the same shit that you tasted, and I ain't like it, you love it. I don't love what you love. I love different than love. My love better than love. Much older than love. Not this ain't shit love, but it ain't shit love. I know you wanting me to love like you love, but I can't. Yeah. And I ain't gon' lie, and I ain't gon' steal, so I ain't gon' die. Sometimes I ain't that dude, you know, I ain't that guy. Sometimes I ain't that real, you know, I ain't that fly. Sometimes I just get by. Sometimes I just don't try. Sometimes I laugh when it ain't no joke. Sometimes I got money and I still feel broke. Sometimes I do anything I put my mind to. Sometimes the failure is just there to remind you. Sometimes I climb down from where I climb to. The world is yours, nigga, but really it's mine too. Sometimes. And you living life hella fake. 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 Sometimes.
Bukepra. Bro, you fire.
Yeah, that was pretty fire. I love the subtitles. It was a great video. It was dropping bombshells like during his rap. That was very, very, very nice.
Yeah, I like the bars that he said. There are a couple things in here. I like how raw and realistic he is about life, first of all.
Yep.
I think that's what the whole message of the song is. It's like sometimes we're going to feel good. Sometimes we're going to have joy. Sometimes we're going to want to drink. Sometimes we're going to... And I think that's what I got from it. It's like, yo, I'm not always good all the time.
No,
we're
not.
And it's okay to not be good all the time.
Yep.
So, like, I feel like I should just rewind it to, like, the middle part where he was like, I don't know, be waiting on...
Love, but I can't.
Right on the spot, too.
Yeah. And I ain't gon' lie, and I ain't gon' steal, so I ain't gon' die. Sometimes I ain't that dude, you know, I ain't that guy. Sometimes I ain't that real, you know, I ain't that fly. Sometimes I just get by. Sometimes I just don't try. Sometimes I laugh when it ain't no joke. Sometimes I got money and I still feel broke. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do anything I put my mind to. Sometimes the failure is just there to remind you. Sometimes I climb down from where I climbed to. The world is yours, nigga.
Sometimes I climb down to where I climbed to. That's real. Sometimes we take 2 steps forward into what we think we have accomplished, and then we'll take 2 steps back. And then sometimes we literally like beat ourselves up there that we won't move.
Yeah, and that's happened to me a lot. Sometimes we think we're moving in the right direction, but we're really sometimes moving in a circle.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the next artist that I have in line, his name is Mr. Nacho. No, Nocho. I don't know why people have like these crazy names. Like, right? Mr. Nocho. He is an artist as well. It does not say where specifically he's from, but this song is called 4 a.m. in Eden. Same concept. Anybody that really captures my ear is because I hear your music and I see I see the message. I hear you. I feel you, brother. And I see you, sister. So literally this guy, I stumbled upon his page and it was just amazing. So
prescriptions, yeah, I can't quit it, no, I can't quit it, no, I'm slipping from your grace and now I'm in a tight submission. Lord, I need your help to quit it, but I just keep slipping, oh, forgive me, Lord, I just keep slipping, Lord, I just keep slipping, oh no, convicted, I hate the forbidden fruit, think I'm addicted, oh, I need your help to quit it, Lord. I just keep, it's like 4 a.m. in Eden. All these cycles keep repeating. I keep staring at the tree and I keep listening to this voice in my head. It keeps telling me to eat it, telling me I need it. Yeah, I'm so tired of these cycles and going back and forth, but I'd be lying if I said that you was never in my head. You got me tripping off the head, tripping like a mister. I'm paranoid to say the least. Middle of the east, forbidden like the tree. What did you make me eat all that tree? Now my world's dying slowly. That's why I need your strength to break these desires to the things you hate. Forgive me, forgive me, cause I just keep slipping, I just keep slipping. Hey, convicted. I ate the forbidden fruit, think I'm addicted. I need your help to quit it, Lord, cause I just keep slipping. Oh, and I'll admit that I'm weak. I pray that you read me. I gotta stop it like, I got it like, whoa. With my eyes closed, cause sin is a blindfold. And all we need is to let go to get it. I got to admit it, I can't do without your free healthcare. The Lord is my doctor. His power to break every chain, to wash every stain. There's no other name, nah. Whoever has your mind has you. Whoever has your mind has you. Whoever has your mind has you. Yeah, be aware of the tree, whatever it may disguise itself to be. Don't be deceived, nothing is the way it appears. Every persuasion of the devil's always sweet to the ear. Just stop and think about it, cause whoever has your mind has you. Whoever has your mind has you. Whatever has your mind has you. Whoever has your mind has you. Whatever has your mind has. Cause slavery begins in the mind, taking your peace of mind, leaving no peace to find. I'm up at 4 a.m. Yeah. Got me up at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Feels like it's 4 a.m. and eating. Addiction. Prescriptions. I can't quit it. No. I can't quit it. No. I'm slipping from your grace and now I'm in a tight submission. Lord, I need your help to quit it. But I just keep slipping.
Yo, that was my first time listening to the whole song. I just listened to like a little bit and I was like, oh my God, this guy's good.
Yeah, he was tight.
He was on tight. It. And the thing that I loved most about it is that he didn't even curse.
No, he did not.
That's a lyricist. A lyricist is a person who will literally be in verse for verse and bar for bar and hit you with some like SAT words or something, right. Like to describe the pain, but they won't curse.
No,
they won't bash down on somebody that's done wrong. They'll just try to feed you some knowledge, and it's like, it's crazy. But
I do like that lyric, prescription. You just can't quit it.
There's a lot of things that he said on there, like prescription, drugs, addiction. And then he said conviction. And then I think it's something about the mind. Whatever has your mind controls you.
Yeah, whatever your mind controls you.
Like, I got it like, whoa, whoa. With my eyes closed, cause it's my doctor. His power to break every chain, to wash every stain. There's no other name, nah. Whoever has your mind has you.
Whoever has your mind
Whoever
has
has
you.
your mind has you. Whoever has your mind has you. Yeah, be aware of the tree, whatever it may disguise itself.
And I just love how raw it is. He's in the garage recording this right now. That's how you know it's not about the limelight. It's not about the image. It's like, yo, I want you to hear my words right quick.
Right.
I can't get no realer than that. I respect your hustle, Nocho, and I don't like judge how you named or anything. It's just like beautiful, and I hear what you're doing. You're probably touched by the Heavenly Father.
Yeah,
for real, because I hear that too.
Mr. Nocho definitely is in this video. He's definitely looking towards God, and he's just saying his prayer right there.
I appreciate you. Continue to do you. Make sure to follow him. Subscribe to him on YouTube, but also follow his platform, Mr. Nocho, as in Nocho. You're going to find him. Now, next, I'm going to have this other artist. This is a rapper. She's a rapper. She's not a lyricist. So, see that. This is probably one of those people that I only found on here. I always find my artists. No, there's some people who think that I get my artists because of submissions and stuff. Nah, I look for these people and I find them. I don't be tag artists if you claim. First of all, what major platform has ever asked submit your music to me? None.
Right.
So why are you going to do that in yours? It just makes absolutely no sense. For what credibility to look exclusive amongst your locals? It just doesn't make any sense.
Right.
I'm not going to ask anybody, submit your music and let me see if you're worthy. Who am I? Moving on. This person is called Zim, and this song is called Season. I'm excited. She's from New York. She's about to rap the bars.
And my nigga, you pussy. Had to get shorty a problem just cause she looking.
I love this whole
conquer this shit like BK. Truly change all these niggas who crooked.
She definitely has.
Pointing out fingers, they snap. watching this Herman's
Okay,
and
behind
yeah,
her,
she
like,
took it. But fuck all these extras, I'm coming up, boy, it's my season. I don't fool around, play the fool, roll with niggas for no reason. They testing the kid and no, I'm not liking the feeling. Baddest bitch, only 20, I'm worth so much, I call it even. Yeah, and I'm coming, boy, I'm coming down. I ain't really tryna hit your mouth at all right now. You on that hungry shit, making all your niggas feel proud. I'm on that fuck with me, I'll turn this fucking car around. They say you ain't going nowhere, shit. They say I'm supposed to hold it down and quote on shit. They say I don't fuck with emotions or your bitch. Fuck my first, love my second was what made the kid. I've been taking niggas' hearts, they would I swore I let them in. And I would take you serious, but you too inconsiderate. A bitch was tripping, acting like she needed some guidance. But them Henny nights is different, you ain't never on that shy shit. But I was always on that high shit. Yeah, and I never thought you hate me cause I wanna be successful. Agree to disagree, but boy, you never answer phone calls. Colder than you leaving me on Christmas, pulled a home alone. Thought that you would come back and you thought that I was on one. And they say that I should stop it. All these pills that I've been popping, making choices and decisions. Nigga, I'm just weighing out my options. You don't wanna see me up in this position. Trust me, you don't wanna see me giving niggas permission. I told you boys once, you niggas need to listen. Now it's up to me, I gotta make a decision. Do you really wanna miss me? Do you really wanna love me? Do you really wanna trust me? Before all this shit get ugly, trust me.
All right, so just based off the song, Sim, I could already tell you were just on your big girl energy. I don't need a nigga, I'm good kind of vibe. Like, that's what this song is. It's like,
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good. You lost the dime and the price. You know, like, you could do you. You know, why you texting me? Why you hitting me up? You know, so
Yep.
that's what I basically got from the whole thing. But I see you, sis. Continue doing you. You can follow Zim on official_Zim on Instagram, and then also follow her on Spotify and SoundCloud. But without further ado, the last person I'm going to showcase, if you don't mind, could I show them Avatar?
Yeah, you can.
Avatar, Be Able, right?
Yep.
So this song, Be Able, came out with it. If you guys want to follow and support him, please go on YouTube as well and his Instagram and follow his work. Again, he is a multi-artist, knows how to play a couple instruments. This song that I'm about to play is called Avatar. You wrote it yourself, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you could go ahead and talk about it. This is your song.
Avatar is based off the series, if you guys know it, Avatar The Last Airbender or Avatar The Legend of Korra. This is about the life and the struggles about being the Avatar, the sign of hope, the sign of change in the world is real. Those two shows I loved when I was growing up, so I just really wanted to write a song based off of that. It really is a really great upbeat song. Whenever I play it, the crowd just goes wild. It's one of those songs that really explores my creative side, and also it's allowing me to do what I love, which is play my instruments. So it's a mixture of me rapping and also of me playing.
Now, what is the meaning of the song? Like, I know it's about Avatar, but why did you pick Avatar to theme it?
Well, the reason why I picked Avatar is not only because it's a great show and everything like that, but overall, it's about a person who is different than all the other people in this world combined. Because in the world of Avatar, you have benders, you have non-benders, and the benders categorized into 4 things. But now there's just one powerful bender that can also travel to human world and spirit world and keep everything in balance, keep everything equal. That's kind of like the person I relate to almost, because I'm different with my disability, and not only do I want to share my story, but I also want to make sure that there's peace and love in the world.
Right. As you should. As you should. So let's play that.
I'm the avatar, I'm the freaking avatar. 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 I'm the avatar, balance is my destiny. Light is my best friend, darkness is the enemy. Human world and spirit world, I'm the one connection. Guidance, truth, and ideals, I'm the one direction. I spend my free time mastering the elements. Meditating, focusing, ultimate development. To be the best that I can be for all the human race. To make this world of mine an even better place. I got all the power in the universe for keeping peace. Harmony and community is my masterpiece. I'm the sign of hope and I'm the voice of change. I'm the one to stand for others when they're lying down in pain. When I need the power, I get into that mind state. Passing through the chakras, avatar state. My eyes go up, fight is on, nothing can stop me. Beat my foes, standing strong, claiming my victory. I'm the avatar, I'm the freaking avatar. I'm the avatar, I'm the freaking avatar.
What?
I'm the avatar, I'm the freaking avatar. I'm the avatar, I'm the freaking avatar. You think it's great, but it's not my decision. I was born for this man, I didn't choose this mission. I wish I could spend time with my family, having fun playing games, living life happily. But everywhere I turn, there's always a problem. If I don't stop it, it could really blossom. Corrupt leaders, bad governments, even wars raging. Spirits attacking, endless people suffering. I got a lot of burdens on my own two shoulders. Sometimes I wish that this was all over. No more trouble, no more pressure, no more freaking stress. I want to chill at home, make some tea and get some rest. But I'm grateful that I'm not doing this alone. I got friends beside me and my mentors in my zone. With the power in me and all of my support, I can do anything. Let's go out and save the earth. I'm the avatar, I'm the freaking avatar. 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 Avatar state, avatar state, avatar state. Avatar state, avatar state, avatar state.
Avatar state, avatar state, avatar state.
Avatar state, avatar state, avatar state.
And this is me on soprano sax.
It's 3 o'clock.
I'm so sorry. It's my laptop.
Oh gosh.
Every hour, it literally says it. I don't know how to change it.
Avatar. I'm the avatar. I'm the freaking avatar. I'm the avatar. I'm the freaking avatar. I'm the avatar. I'm the freaking avatar. Avatar state. Avatar state. Avatar state. Yeah. Avatar state. Avatar state. Avatar state. Yeah. Avatar state. Avatar state. Avatar state. Yeah. Avatar state. Avatar state. Avatar state. Yeah.
That sounds like a ping pong.
Yeah, it does.
There you guys go. That's Be Able. Now you're going to show us a live demonstration of what you got.
Yes, I am.
He brought his saxophone today. He's ready. Princess looked at him like, don't come to my corner. So now it's time for Able to showcase his work.
Right.
So whenever you're ready, what song would you be playing today?
The song is called The Definition. It's my first original song that I ever did. Rapping wise. It was performed multiple times by me. It's a song that really is near and dear to my heart. It's about my life story from when I was 2 years old to really today.
Oh, wow.
So it's a very motivational song. It's one of my favorites that I ever written, and I'm glad that I'll be performing it on Reflections today.
Thank you. Thank you for performing and coming on today. I appreciate that.
No problem. I was diagnosed with autism at 2. Doctor said that I could only finish high school, never go to college, never get married, never live a life like a normal human being, rode a short bus, took special ed, speech therapy, took pills to the head, bullying and tease made me look like a joke, struggled to make friends, almost lost hope, had to work twice as hard, twice as much, twice the tutoring man, life sucked, I cry all the time in class and at home, because my challenges won't leave me alone, but I never let them keep me down, even when I was in pain lying on the ground, I kept getting up and I got my degree, because my disability doesn't define me. College was rough and college was tough. Sometimes I felt like I had enough. I got good grades and I made some friends, but that's not how the story ends. I fucked up and I got myself in trouble. Campus safety got involved, make a double. Almost got kicked out my freshman year. There ain't a tissue that can wipe all these tears. I really didn't know what else to do. I felt that my life was completely screwed. Took a cord and tried to end my life. Choked myself with it. Tried to commit suicide, but God swept in, stopped me and changed me. Helped become the man I want to be. I stand here now with my master's degree because I didn't let my disability define me.
Hey. That's what I'm talking about.
Fire.
I love every single time he ends that verse, everybody's like, yeah, in the crowd. Powerful song. Thank you so much.
No
I appreciate
problem.
that. Do you want to play like a little jazz little song?
Play a little jazz?
Yeah.
Okay.
Play a little jazz little song.
I can play a little jazz right now.
Yeah. Do you have any of your do you have any favorites that you know out of hand?
Yeah, I do. I do have a favorite. It's you guys should all know this song by now. It's one of my favorites that I play on my shows. It's very fun. It's you mind if I say the title?
Go ahead.
It's Young, Wild and Free by Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa.
Go right ahead.
And Bruno Mars.
So, Young, Wild and Free. Do you know any Thelonious Monk or any of your favorites?
Let's see. I know Sonny Rollins, St. Thomas.
That's pretty simple. I like that. Who played that?
Sonny Rollins.
Sonny Rollins. Is that the guy that you told me about before or no?
Nah, that was John Coltrane. Sonny Rollins is another saxophone way back in the day. He also he's also a famous jazz saxophonist.
Interesting. Now, before we end the episode, I just wanted to ask you a couple questions, and for you to obviously tell my audience where they can find you at. But what is one thing you would advise someone that has autism that possibly wants to pursue music and is battling that, what do you want to tell that to that person? Like, what is that advice, or, you know?
The one thing that I want to leave someone with autism who wants to pursue their dreams, not just pursue music, but follow their dreams.
Correct. Yeah.
Is to not let anything or anyone tell you that you can't. There's actually a picture in my old martial arts dojo that says can't, but it's crossed out. You can never say can't, because there's no limit to what you can do. There is absolutely no limit to what you can achieve. It's one of those things that is all about the mind. Your mind might be, you know, different than anyone else's, but that doesn't mean we all can achieve the same goal.
Okay. I believe that. I believe that very, very much. Just because someone is in a different wave or different time doesn't mean that they're not capable of reaching the same goal. You got a master's degree, right?
I do.
And you're autistic, so it's not impossible.
It's definitely not impossible. It's not impossible. The people that tells you that are impossible, those are the doubters. But I'm telling you and all the people out there, overcome the doubters. Overcome the haters, because haters are going to hate, doubters are going to doubt. Sometimes people will try to throw you out. Life is unfair, and no one really seems to care. All this pain you face, no one even can bear, but you got to keep moving, you got to keep striving. Write your own definition.
I love that. That was like a bar within itself. I don't know if that was like a natural flow of you saying that right now, or if that was a bar.
It was part of the Definition remix.
Okay.
I stole a little bit from the Definition remix.
Okay. Good advice. I like that. And where can the audience find you again?
You can find me on Instagram at BeAbleOfficial1. That is B.AbleOfficial1. You can find me on Spotify. You can find me on SoundCloud, BeAble Official, or just type in BeAble. YouTube, BeAble. I got a music video out for the Definition that's out right now. You just heard my song Avatar. So you can find my music pretty much everywhere.
All right, you heard him. And of course, you guys can tune in to Reflections with Val almost every week. Once a week, I always try to display a new artist or show you guys new artists that are in the U.S. or around the world. So just stay tuned, and, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.